Adobe Color recently got a major upgrade, adding a lot of new features and options for creative professionals. Thanks to Adobe Sensei, the artificial intelligence behind all the Creative Cloud apps, you can now search for color themes by using keywords and get results based on Adobe Stock assets and Behance projects. You can also quickly match colors from photos and even illustrations to colors in Pantone libraries. Join me to find out more about all the cool new things you can do with Adobe Color. Adobe Color has recently been completely updated, so there's a lot of new features, and in this video I'm going to show you all of these, and also if you're not familiar with how to use it, I'm going to show you how it works within the Adobe applications, within the browser, and also on the smartphones. So let's get started. First of all, if you are in Illustrator, InDesign or Photoshop, you will need to go to the window menu and look for Color Themes panel. Once you click on that, that will take you to this panel for which you will need to be online. So it will only work online. You won't see anything in it if you're offline. While this gives you already a lot of control and options, I actually prefer to use the browser version of it or the app version. But I'm just going to quickly run through the options here. So first of all, you obviously can change the colors around. You can choose whether you want to see the color wheel or whether you prefer to work with the sliders. You can also find color themes saved by other users under the Explore option. And you can search for particular keywords if you want. Let's just say we type in autumn. And then we can see all the themes coming up. We can also choose to see the most popular ones, or also whether these are from this month or like all-time saved themes. And then we can also go into My Themes, where you will be able to find all the themes that you already saved. Now, by default, all themes will come with 5 swatches. And you will see this throughout all the different versions of Adobe Color. And if you happen to find a good theme, of course, you can already save it into your swatches. So first of all, what I like to do when I work on a document is to clear unnecessary swatches, especially if I'm planning to add new ones. So you can go into the swatches panel, choose select all unused, and then bin them. So delete all of them. We can even delete this one. I don't think we will need that. And now what we can do, of course, is to add the colors from the artwork. So if I select everything, I can click on this color group option and then just say click OK. That will include all the colors from the artwork itself. And now if I want to add maybe this set of colors here called Autumn Leaf, all I have to do is to click here on the right side and say add to swatches. Once I do that, you can see it already comes up as a separate color group. Now, you might have seen on our channel a recent video on the Illustrator Recolor artwork feature to use a certain color group and apply it to a selected artwork. I'm just going to quickly show you that. If I select this artwork here and click on the icon here on the top, so Recolor Artwork, I can choose Autumn Leaf and you can see how it's immediately applied to the selected illustration, which is really cool. So that was before, and this is after. Now, let me switch to the browser version, which is a simple URL, color.adobe.com. I have the link in the description below, so you will be able to just click on it if you want to try it out. Now, you don't have to have a Creative Cloud account to use this. So even if you're not using Adobe applications, you can still use this and just simply find good color themes for even like an oil painting, or I don't know, maybe you want to take a picture of something and you are looking for the right color combinations. So when you are on the site, first it starts with the color wheel under the Create tab. So you can use the color wheel and you can move things around following color harmonies. In this case, I have complementary colors selected, but if I choose custom, that means I can move everything around freely, so there's no restrictions. If you choose things like, let's say, analog colors, you can see that they will be close to each other. And as I move them around, they move all together. Monochromatic colors will be on the same hue, but different shades of it. And then so on and so forth. You can learn actually about color harmonies quite quickly from just simply using this tool here on the left. But if you want, you can also use an image to extract colors from. So if you click on extract from an image and then select a file, I have a couple of images that I exported. Let's just pick a nice one, maybe this one here. And you can see immediately the colors that were automatically picked from this image. Now I can still control whether the theme is colorful, or like using vivid colors, or just simply more brighter or more muted, deep, which is again going to be darker, and vibrant, and then dark. Or if I choose none, then I can again just move them around manually. Now I'm just going to go back. I think the muted one looked the best. That's a nice color combination, but maybe one of these oranges or this more pale color, I'm going to move around and include this pink here. And maybe also instead of that dark brown, I'm going to include more like a purple from the side. Actually, that was a quite nice color from here. So I'm just going to leave it at there. Now, when I'm happy with the colors, I can give it a name. So I'm just going to call this Sunset in Navajo Land. And then we could add tags as well if you wanted to, but I'm just going to say save. Now you can see it saves into one of my Creative Cloud libraries, which if I switch back to Illustrator, I can find easily. If I just choose that library, there is the one that we just saved. And once I select it and right click on it, I can choose add color to swatches or add the whole theme to the swatches. And there you go. It's now part of this file, so I can start working with it. And again, if I select everything here, let's just make a selection. Choose the recolor artwork, we can test it out, and we can even randomize the colors. So I can click on randomly change color order, and that way we can get interesting combinations. So just simply using these colors, you can see how many variations we can create, and that is actually really nice. So let me just say yes. And then that's accepted. Now we can compare these two versions that we already created from these color themes. Now coming back to the browser, I would like to show you that there's also a couple of really cool features, including the Explore tab. Now this is the part that was probably changed the most, because now it uses the Adobe Sensei artificial intelligence technology to search for references, including images and all kinds of things, and it's integrated with Adobe Stock. So when you look here on the right, under the all sources, you can see that it is looking for color themes that other users saved, but also creative projects from Behance and the stock photos from Adobe Stock. So everything is nicely integrated together. And the cool thing is it doesn't require you to type in a color. You can type in anything here on the top. So let's just say again, we type in our autumn keyword, and it's going to be able to understand that and bring up images and projects even from Behance that will fall in that category or something that represents that keyword well. But sometimes you can be much more obscure than that. Maybe we can be like, let's say moonlight. And then again, we will get really nice themes. So for example, this one is great. Even though it doesn't have a moon on the picture or in the image, it still has a perfect color palette for the moonlight that I was looking for. Now, of course, you can filter out and maybe choose only seeing stock photos. And at this point, if you're not happy with the selected images, you can also upload an image yourself. So once again, let me just pick a different image, maybe pick something like this one, and then I click on open. Now what happens is that instead of a keyword, you are using the image to find other images from Adobe Stock or Behance. And this can help you to find all kinds of variations on the same theme that you just uploaded. Another really cool feature is the trends option here on the top, where you can find trending color themes from different areas, including fashion, graphic design, illustration, architecture, game design even. So lots of options here. And of course, let's say if you are into illustration, you can click on view more, and then you can find all kinds of cool illustration examples again from Behance. And if you like any of these colors, you can save them. So let's just say if I want to work with these colors, I can just choose add to library, or even download it as an Adobe Swatch Exchange file. But once it's added to my library, I can find it straight here in Illustrator, for example. So there's loads of ways now to be inspired and find cool color combinations. But of course, you can also keep track of all the themes that you saved. So in this case, under my tutorials CC library, now I have these 2 themes that I just added. Another brilliant new feature they added to Adobe Color is that you can now match colors to Pantone color books. So let's just say I select this theme here. At the bottom, we can find the Pantone matches option, and on the top, we see the hex codes. So these were all, again, referenced based on that image. And then when I scroll down here, now we can see that the matching colors from the Formula Guide quoted Pantone book are these. Now, I actually have one of these Pantone color books here with me. So once I see these codes, I could double check whether these are the colors that I was looking for. And of course, just like before, I can download this. I can even save it as a JPEG if I want to print it out and show it to my client, for example. But for web, we have all the additional options here on the right. So if I say copy as CSS and just paste it into a document, we can see this is the code that we can extract from the same color theme. So this will actually include it in a couple of different variations. So whether you want to save the colors for print or web, you have several options to choose from. And last but not least, I wanted to show you also using the phone and the app called Adobe Capture. You can access pretty much the same things, but while you are out and about, finding cool color combinations and saving them as themes. So you would want to use Adobe Capture app, not the Adobe Color. I think that's going to be discontinued soon. So Adobe Capture is a combination of a couple of different things. You can capture colors, shapes, even recognize text, but what you want to use is the color option here at the bottom, and then you can upload images like I just uploaded this one, and of course you can move things around here, or if I switch to, let me just get rid of this, and if I switch to my camera, you can see that it is constantly looking for different colors. And I love this because it almost feels like they are little bees trying to find flowers. So they always look for interesting colors as I'm moving around, as you can see it. But let me just switch back to selecting an image. Now you can see when you are selecting an image, again, you can choose Adobe Stock, you can use Lightroom. In this case, maybe let's just pick Lightroom. And I'm just going to pick an image from this collection that I created, maybe this one. And once it comes up, I just have to say open, and then immediately the colors are selected automatically. Now, if I want to include different colors, I can move them around. But once I'm happy with the colors, I can go again into harmonies, see the color wheel. I can go back to the image. I can see the swatches. I can change what values I would like to see here. And when I'm happy with the result, I can again just save it and say yes or no to whether you want to publish publicly these colors, but I'm just going to publish it, why not? And then I click OK. Now, once we switch back to Illustrator, we just have to go to the Adobe Color Themes panel, and under My Themes, we will find this most recent one added here on the top. And don't forget, you can always add this to your swatches, and from there, you can also add it to a library. So if I choose this one, it will end up here in my library. So there's a lot of ways, obviously, to turn a good theme into a template that you can access later on easily. So Adobe Color, highly recommend to check it out if you haven't already started using it. Now is probably the best time since they've done this big revamp and update to it with lots of fantastic new features. I hope you found this video useful, and if you want to learn more about Adobe Color or generally working in Illustrator, go and check out our site yesimadesigner.com, where we have lots of interesting blog posts about topics that we usually cover here on our channel. Let us know in the comment section what would you like us to cover next time on this series. Click on the link in the description or the join button to become a member if you want to work on future projects with us and see the whole design or illustration process live. Thanks a lot for watching. Like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Have fun learning, guys, and I will see you in the next one.